Hey, pilots! Welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Winning Formula, a helpful series of videos designed to provide a tactical advantage for full squad teams. Each video will demonstrate a route formation that is customized for that specific map and give your team a winning edge over the competition. I'm your host, Got Your Beacons. Thanks for checking out these winning strategies for squad battles. Without question, squad battles are far more challenging than solo because you're facing other teams that also have their act together and know how to play the game well. The key to these tactics contained in these videos is the focused firepower that they produce. Much like the movie 300, some formations will force the Reds to attack through funnels, and your team will simply melt them as they enter your line of sight. On other maps, the formations will allow your team to spread the field and create a containment zone for the Reds, where you can simply enjoy shooting fish in a barrel. The basic premise on all the formulas is a 3 and hold concept to produce territory domination and lock down the W, where you cap 3 beacons and simply hold or maintain them. Now, you don't need to cover the entire map to do this. You simply team up in certain areas that are easy to defend and hold those regions. Each formation will call for a variety of builds to be involved: runners, brawlers, and sometimes an option to add a general. So it's important that everyone in the squad understands what their role is and how to deploy them properly. Discord can be a very huge advantage on map formations like these, so everyone can call out what they're going to do, what role they're going to take, and which direction they're going to go. To be sure you all understand what my terms are, here they are. A runner is a speedy bot, like a Strider or a Pursuer or Kamiho in higher leagues, and a Gepard, a Stockard, or a Gareth in lower leagues. Their primary role is to quickly cap a far beacon. For these formations, short-range splash weapons work the best on these runners. Lockdown weapons are nice too, but high damage per second is the most important thing to be able to address any threats that you encounter at the far beacon. A brawler is a high damage bot like a Lance or Inquisitor, Spectres, Fujins, Ragins, Ravens, and even Rhinos. Again, for these formations, short splash range weapons work the best. You're looking for high damage per second. It's the priority in order to make sure that you can vaporize all threats as they before they can fight back. A general is a Fury with long-range cannons like Zeus's or Dragoons or Tempest. Now, Falcon and Butch also can replicate this weaponry, but unfortunately, with the Talons out or the swap out cooldown time, these create limitations, and the Fury is always ready for full battle. Well, I think this gets you prepped and ready to absorb the information contained in the videos. I hope you find them effective and helpful. I think you will. Let's watch today's video. Okay, here's the other power plant winning formula. It's a little bit different. This is for when you're starting up on the hillside, behind that berm. It's a different look, and so you have to understand how to start a little bit differently. It's going to be a different 3 sets of beacons. You're going to want to have 1 general, 1 runner, and 4 brawlers. And so here's how you're going to do it. First off, if you have a general, the general is going to actually start and stay here if you have a general. But make sure he positions himself where he can actually support all 3 beacons. The one to the right, the one on the grassy mound, and then the one to the far left over there. Your 2 brawlers are going to basically jump on into the field and go straight over here and cap that beacon, and there'll be a mirror on the other side there, but you'll cap that beacon and then pull right on over to this large center structure. You want to get in right and tight like this, and what you're going to do is just simply hold that beacon right there. If they're coming from the opposite corner, the Reds, they're not going to really be able to get around that big structure without you being able to light them up. But all you're trying to do is keep that beacon right there blue and stay right up here, right up against this section. And then you're going to be keeping an eye open on your other mates. Now here's what your other mates are going to do. You're going to have a runner. The runner is going to run straight toward the beacon over there. You're not even going to go to the little one on the mound. You're going to let your other brawlers do that. So the runner runs as quickly as he can. Now they're coming from that corner right from where we're looking at beyond the beacon. That's where they're coming. So you're going to want to run right over here and basically cap that beacon and then chuck right up next to the dome and put your toe on the line. Get right close to the beacon though, or right close to the dome, right next to that structure. Now you're gonna have 2 brawlers falling right in behind you, but make sure you put your tone right on that line and hold that thing. If you're in a Hayachi, that's the best one. Now your other brawlers are gonna come over. You're gonna basically have 2 other brawlers, excuse me. And they're gonna be right up next to you. One is gonna grab the beacon on the mound, and then the other one's gonna come right behind you here, and then eventually all 3 of you are gonna be right here against this structure, basically vaporizing anyone that comes around either side. Now, as you guys die, one of the 2 brawlers at the other end over there are going to need to come in and fill in. And then as you die, you're going to be coming from the spawn point, and you're going to just jump right on in there at that center structure. So you're basically going to keep rotating through as guys die. And that's how you do that. It's the same thing from the opposite corner. If you're on this side, you're basically, again, your general's going to park here and support all 3 beacons, that one, and the one's coming around the other side over there. And then you're going to have 2 brawlers that basically cap this one and run up toward the center. After you cap this, you're going to run to the center. Remember, the reds are coming from that far corner or straight ahead on the other side of the structure. Now, if your runner is fast enough, again, he's going to run over, cap essentially their spawn beacon, and then chuck in close to the that little dome structure. And you're going to have a brawler that's going to follow you. And then another brawler is going to go over and get the one on the little grassy mound there, and then again follow right back over here, and then it'll be 3 of you basically guarding that one beacon there. As they're coming from their spawn, the reds, you're going to basically melt them as they come around. Tuck in right close to the structure in case they have any hydras. But if you can get at least one guy standing right here, basically they can't come around either side without you melting them. And then as they do pick you off, eventually one of you are going to die. The guys at the center structure, one is going to hop on over. As soon as they see a name go up to the heavens, they got to come on over here and then fill in that spot, because the person who died is now respawning back at the spawn point, and they're going to fill in at that center structure. And you just keep running this through. That's going to allow you to keep a 3 and hold, and they're going to have a hard time getting over here and challenging you when you have 3 guys guarding this one beacon. And they're going to have a hard time making all the way on the other side because you have 2 guys on the other side guarding your spawn beacon. And that's how it goes, guys.